For people who say they can't create music, check out my story. When I was a kid, my parents couldn't afford lessons right away. So for a couple years, I just played the tar out of my little beginner keyboard in my room all by myself. And I learned a lot of things all on my own. I wrote my own music incessantly. So you can imagine I did a ton of things wrong, but I loved it and I didn't know enough to care. And I'm still glad that I started this way because the lessons would come later, right? There would be time to learn all of the right ways. But my first impression of music was that it was putty in my hands and I was in control of it. My goal was exploration, not execution. And I didn't learn to fear being wrong because I decided what to play and whether or not I liked it. So were there cons to this? Yes. But were there some pretty cool pros to it? Also, yes. I remember finally getting lessons a little older and being shocked to meet other kids who'd been in lessons, and the only thing they had ever played was music that someone else had already written. And I thought that was so bizarre at the time. I was like, is this a thing? Like, isn't creating music what we're supposed to do with an instrument? Like, the most creatively paralyzed students I've ever met are adults who were conditioned from day one that music is something you either get right or wrong. And from the very first lesson, there was someone next to them saying, no, not like that, like this. And first impressions matter. It's certainly not bad to be guided into correct technique, of course, but we can't deny the collateral damage, which is their formative experience with music, is that the goal is to play exactly what you're told, exactly how you're told, and that it's all subject to the approval of another. So after a lifetime of that conditioning, to be invited to create music is terrifying. They are mortified to just make a choice without someone else approving. And that's almost always what they mean when they say they can't create. And that's why no matter what method or framework or prompt the student is using, the first requirement of creativity is courage. Not courage to perform in front of a crowd, but courage to make a choice and own that choice. In order to create music, we have to replace the question, is it right or is it wrong, with, do I like it or do I not like it? And if you can pick something to eat or something to wear, then you are capable of trying something and then deciding if you like it. And this is why some musicians can create so freely, because although there's a lot of knowledge involved, but we gained confidence before correction, not the other way around.